Hey, there we go. Finally. Had to go with the backup. Now I'm happy.
I'm getting lit up. Changing mags.
All right. Bubby. Isn't it past your bedtime, mister? You got school coming up. Gotta get you back on sketty, bud. I've also been thinking about hopping into Warzone. Eesh. So, oh, I need to... Sniper, what is this name on that?
Got your cover.
I might play some Warzone, get my butt kicked in that for a little bit. Haven't fully decided. I haven't been back to Fortnite because sheesh, it's pretty easy to look good in Fortnite, I'm not gonna lie. Although some kids out there will smack you down real fast. But I also can't multitask and like sit here and watch videos while I'm playing Fortnite because I have to really pay attention. Excuse me, I did want to watch this video. I've been watching Renaissance Periodization. It's he's a doctor out of New York City.
Hit it, go.
He does a lot of reviews of various influencer workouts as well as you know, creating his own plan. Oh, I stole this. Not bad, bro. Lo siento. I stole your little finishing move. Anyways, I can't remember. I think his name is Mike, but he's a doctor here, PhD of exercise science and stuff like that. I've been reviewing quite a bit of his content as far as like weightlifting, stuff like that, and with my background I have somewhat of understandings. I'm not nowhere near a professional doctor of any sort, but I at least have some understandings of certain concepts and, you know, definitions, blah. So this is a scrunched up video because, you know, I don't want it to totally block my gameplay. That's fairly center screen, but I do recommend checking him out. His name, the channel is Renaissance Periodization as far as this one goes. I like the dude's stuff. Really good information as far as fitness, creating your own workout plans. Bubby, I love you. I'm sorry I can't watch your videos all night in response, but I will definitely be watching them when I get off. Ooh, shoot. Turn around, boom, there he is. Alright, but anyways, I do kind of want to get into that dude's information because, like, it's always good to get as much information as you can. It's always good to learn. No matter what you think you know, you can always learn more. I've been working out in and out of the gym for all of 16 years minimum, at least. Just from working out for soccer, cross country, personal conditioning and stuff. Never really trained for size growing up, but recently I have. Kind of switched over. I went for more standard conditioning style training. And now I think I'm switching more towards for size and kind of getting into that bodybuilder look a little bit more. Maybe see if I can get myself on stage one day. If I could pack on the right kind of size in the next couple years. I would say give myself like 2-3 years to pack on, you know, some good solid muscle, and then maybe consider it myself. But this guy's think he's going to be critiquing some CrossFit, looks like, which that's got to be good. Pro CrossFitters destroy bodybuilding workout. Oh, he's getting a CrossFitter, I guess, to do his workout.
Slow pause.
I did some RP bodybuilding today.
Stick with me. Stick with me. Almost there.
This is gonna be a bad week.
Folks, we are in Cookeville, Tennessee at CrossFit Mayhem. Me, as you know, I'm pretty good at CrossFit. I'm up there. I'm in the conversation.
You're up there? All right.
I'm in the conversation.
Top 10%?
I was going to suggest the top 10.
Oh, okay.
This is Rich Froning. He's
my
essentially the best of all
before.
time, certainly in the conversation
Got your cover.
for the best of all time. Me, I'm just the best kind of right now, but he's a legend.
Appreciate it.
And so I'll be taking a back seat. Tyler here made an enormous mistake. He will learn that very soon. He jumped into this workout. When you work out here.
into this workout.
Oh, you barely had that.
That's true. That's true. There's not much fitness
He ran
shaming
in
around
and
here.
took his shirt off.
He did. He was ready to
We
go.
haven't even started training. In any case, Rich is going to take a shot at the title to do an RP style
Come on.
hypertrophy quadriceps workout, which actually only means we do 2
Sniper.
exercises. Because it is a CrossFit gym, we are bereft of machines, but we have 1 squat rack and a whole lot of open space. So you sharp folks out there are probably thinking we're going to do a whole lot of high rep squats and a whole lot of high rep lunges, supersetted summarily 2 high rep squats. And that would be crazy of you to think. What an insane idea. Let's go do it. All right, so first rule is keep your chest up higher
Squats,
the entire
yeah.
time, especially at the bottom. Excellent. Second rule is at the bottom, very bottom, when you get all the way down, stop for 2 whole full seconds each and every time. Perfect.
Yeah,
Rule number
I
3
really
is
light those
descend
legs up.
3
Oh my
times
God.
slower than that.
People don't realize the importance of pauses and rep speed when they're working out. That slight variation of adding 1 second more to your eccentric, which would be like, let's say your bench press as you're coming down. If you come down 1 second slower, or even when you're doing your lats, when you're doing your pull downs, if you take an extra 1 or 2 seconds to release, little things like that. I like to pause at the bottoms, you know, in that flex position as well in certain moves. Really gets a good pump, really gets like what we refer to as a pump, but really activates those fibers and gets everything going, I think.
So you're gonna milk the descent. Yes, excellent. Good, just like that, slow. Warm-ups have been done.
Excuse me.
The guys are ready to go. The idea here is to do squats for lots and lots of reps.
Excuse me.
People talk about 20 rep squats as kind of the way to build legs. That used to be a thing people talked about all the time. There are probably more efficient ways to do this. But since this is a CrossFit gym,
When in Rome.
we are here for the pain. And by we, I mean these guys.
Gotta love that music track.
$16, 1 more. Chest up.
Gives me
Up.
like real
17,
British
rest,
rapper
breathe a little bit,
vibes.
don't go anywhere. Let's finish up these big 3 whenever you're ready. Awesome. 1, stay upright. Stop, up. 2, 1 last one. Let's finish out these 20.
What's he got? 245s. I reckon
Hit it.
that's another
Stop.
25
Slow.
on each side.
Up, rack, gorgeous.
Me personally, let's see if we're gonna get a
Dude, hell yeah.
so much motion blur. I couldn't get a. Yeah, the greens are 25. Me personally, I feel like that's kind of on the upper cusp, but like, I feel like I personally wouldn't want to be using a weight belt that low of a weight in, because I would say relatively that dude's every bit of 180, maybe more. So like when you're squatting roughly your body weight, I feel like you should be your core strength should be able to really support that, keep you solid as you're going into your descent. Now granted, as we get older, of course, you know, your core needs every bit of support. It makes it easier for you to pull a back muscle and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm not saying don't use the belt. I mean, I use mine every so often, but I personally like to train at a weight where I'm able to go without. Still try to push that weight limit, but I also try to go without, just to really focus on your own core support, because a lot of people will start to cheat with that belt sometimes, and like they'll think that belt is going to really save them in situations where it won't, and so they use that crutch and get lazy with their form, and then boom, they're falling apart. So me personally, I don't like to use the belt unless it's like my last 1 or 2 sets, you know, and I'm on the heavier end, but I don't know what set they're on and stuff like that.
Whenever you're ready.
Doesn't look like that. I think they're just now getting
Way to
started.
control.
See,
Wow,
like, this
Tyler, that
guy's
was excellent. One.
solid with his
Again, slow. I'm going to be really insistent that the guys go down slow.
Belt at all.
That they keep their chests up.
But he also looks a
that
little
they
bit
take
younger,
full
so
pauses
maybe
at the bottom.
he doesn't have
And
the
that they're
same
trying to use
kinda
their quads by not just squatting
handicaps.
back and down, but by squatting back and down and then letting the knees drift forward on the way down, staying as upright as possible. It's going to put maximum tension on the quads. It's going to be I was going to say bad time, but that's not really the case. It's going to be a bad time. It's going to be a good bad time. These guys are in excellent cardio shape, so if they want to myo rep this, which means at the top of, after you do 5 or 6 squats and get tired, if you want to sit here for about 3 or 4 seconds and take a couple breaths and then begin again, kudos. And we'll agree between the two of us when it's time to rack. Up. Good technique. Slow. Chest.
Another thing about these stupid like workout videos, like I get why you want to put the dudes in no shirts and stuff, but it's like it really has zero benefit. Like you're not really showing off anything special. It's especially not for a squat position. Like homies excessively flaring out those lats just to get that picture image, bro. Which I mean, respect it, but like I don't know. You could be doing this with a shirt and still being effective. But hey, that's just me. That's it.
Stop. Pause. Up. Rack.
Yeah,
beautiful.
He's got a really good deep squat though. Really good deep squat. That's where I want to try and get to.
How you feeling?
Yep.
That's a good answer.
Yep. Feeling.
Feeling
Adjusting the
something.
clamps, taking my time.
Slow. Control. Pause. Up. Last one coming up.
That pause, bro.
Right now. Right now. Right now. Go, 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 go. Slow.
You
Slow.
ain't ready for
Control.
that pause,
Chest up.
bro.
Stand up. Up,
This
up,
shit
up.
ain't no
Rack.
joke.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Yes.
Feeling your back on this, yeah?
Yeah, like, not bad, just tired.
Yeah. Yeah, ideally we don't do barbell squats for sets of 20. Why? One of the reasons is that other factors than the quadriceps tend to become limiting. These folks are international elite level CrossFitters, so their lungs, you notice, did not become limiting. They never even breathed heavy during sets of 20 in the squat, which is kind of crazy if you think about it at all. However, their backs did start to take over, and it became more of a lower back limited exercise and a glute limited exercise than it was a quad limited exercise.
And that's
So what
why
we did
he
was
needed
we
that
lowered the
belt
weight
so
here,
fast.
and we put the guys up on plates. Put heels under the plates. You can stay more upright. You can get your knees more forward. It becomes more limiting by the quads than it would be by the lower back, by the mid back, by even the upper back. After a while, sets of 20, just holding the bar becomes irritating for the arms and the traps. You can lose some function in your arms for a second as the nerves get a little caught up in there. It's rough. If you only have a rack at home, you only have a barbell, can you do this for hypertrophy? Yeah, you sure can. It will absolutely grow everything in your lower body, mostly your quads, glutes, and lower back. But with these little modifications, we can get it to be just a little bit better. Up. 18. Stay upright. Go, go, go. Slow. Slow. Pause. Up. Again, last one. Hit it. Go, 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 go. Slow. 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 Pause. Up. Rack. Beautiful. A little better for the back?
Better, yeah.
Excellent.
I'd like to be able to walk tomorrow.
Good. Again. Slow. Slow, 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 slow. Up. Last one. Make it perfect. Slow. Slow. Extra slow. Up. Rack. Oh yeah. One set left. Up. Breathe. Good technique only. Good technique only. If you have to dump, no worries. 3 and you're done. Hit it. Slow. Up. 1. Slow. Up. 2. Last one.
Yeah,
Big
that's
chest.
a brutal set right there.
Slow. Up. Hell yeah, rack.
Howie.
Last set of this exercise.
Ah.
Chest up. 1. Move with your legs, not with your back. Stand straight up when you get out of the hole. Up straight. 2. 3 more. Real good. Up. Good. 2 more. Up. 1 more.
Gotta love that epic music right there.
Stand
Like,
straight up. Back.
very classical hype.
Nope.
Nothing really gets you juiced.
Wanna be messed up till
like
Friday.
some heavy violins.
The guys have done 5 sets of 20 in the squat, which is fun to think about. Now it's time for the lunge to squat superset to really finish out the quads, really finish cooking everything. They're gonna have weighted vests on because holding weights for that many lunges is annoying. We're gonna talk about how to do the lunge technique in a second. Let's get to it. Lunges.
Hate them.
Here's what we're gonna, well, good news, bad news. We have a particular way of doing lunges at RP that's gonna suck more probably. You're gonna hate them more.
Good.
So again, the focus is on quality instead of just quantity. Every single lunge step, you just wanna keep a couple rules. One is within reason, step nice and long. So none of this right? Long step, and especially on the way down, keeping your upper body upright. If you have to kick forward a little bit on the way up, not a big deal, but none of this bullshit like this. So a bad lunge rep would look like this, and then a good one would look like that. Alternating, no rush. We're just gonna do this shit at the same time if you guys are okay with that. A little friendly competition between the boys. Then we'll get in the locker room later, huh? No? No takers? Every day in the locker room?
Always.
40 steps. And then after 40 steps, set up your squat setup. Slow and controlled, up. Slow and controlled, up. No rest at the top. If you have to rest, you rest in a full bottom position. 20 squats. 40 slow quality lunges, 20 squats. And if you guys can time them to do roughly the same, great. If not, no big deal. Slower on the way down, gentlemen. Excellent. 14, slower. 15, good, especially on the descent. 16,
They
40,
literally just
turn,
got
face
backpacks
forward,
with weight in it.
hands up, squats.
It's not
1.
a weighted vest. But it still lets you show off the core.
19.
You can still show
20,
off the
rest,
six
breathe for a
pack.
second. How'd that feel?
Yep.
30 lunges. 30 and then 15.
So interesting rep ranges, but because the weight is so low, it makes sense. I personally also have never
25.
gone all the way to the floor with my lunges. I like to come just close, but I never like to touch because I feel like as I was seeing there, It was
25
like
and 12.
They were banging their knees.
Begin
like
when ready.
You could see an impact. Yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to see it on the video, but
25. 25 and 12.
I should went back.
Begin when
I'll
ready.
see right here.
Slow lunges. There's no rush to complete these. The
Like, you can
purpose is the
see-
pain. 22, doing great, guys.
These fucking
23, nice and
jerky
slow on the way
camera
down.
angles, but
Gentle touch with the
if
knee.
you look at their legs
24,
in the video, you can
25.
see like
Stay facing
the
forward,
bounce
face the camera.
from their
8.
hit, that impact.
9,
And me personally, like that's just
10,
added
11,
impact
12,
that's
couple breaths.
unnecessary. You're already straining yourself
guys,
to
doing
work
great.
out.
we got 2
In
more
my
sets
opinion,
left.
it requires
That's
that
the
little
whole
bit
workout.
of extra control and makes it a little bit
25
harder to
and 12
prevent yourself
again.
from actually
Slow.
touching, because it almost gives you a rest.
Gentle touches of the knee, begin now.
But hey,
24, 25.
it also gets
okay,
you to the
bonus
deepest
round.
possible.
I want you
range,
to squat and stay at the bottom with your
lunge.
chest upright until I say up. That's how every squat is going to work until we're nice and cooked. Good to go? Down. Up. Heels and toes, Tyler. There you go. Down. Chest up. Up. Down. Hold. Up. Again. Slow. Chest up. Up. And last one. Slow. Deep. Hold. Keep your chest up as much as you can. Stick with me. Stick with me.
that's
Almost
a
there.
rough one.
Up and done. Yeah. Good shit, fellas.
That's a low squat there, man. That
That's
shit
solid.
will
It hurt me watching.
rip
stuff.
your quads like
Good
that
stuff.
shit. Yeah, you won't feel it, bro. You are going to feel
Feels
that, man.
overqualified. Look at them legs. Couple observations about elite level CrossFit. One is, as far as I can tell, they don't have a gas tank. I don't know where the stuff comes from, but they just keep going. It's strange. Another thing is, nobody really took a lot of big breaths the entire time. Nobody's out of breath. Again, very strange.
Sorry.
Another thing, they do tend to revert back to sport style technique of getting the job done quick and efficiently versus exposing the muscle. So there has to be lots
Way
of
too
cueing
many
to make sure we do things on purpose inefficiently to get the target muscles hit versus just doing the job. That being said, these guys take instruction like machines and zero complaining. And at the end of every set at which I thought they were for sure gonna die, they were just like, yeah, that sucked. And then they just kind of walk off. It's weird, it's surreal. This is not their first work. Real talk, I had no idea who the fuck you were.
Away the
Up.
takeaways.
Let's go.
Okay, so I've seen this kid before. Like, he's Tristan Lee. He's been in some viral videos of him like working out where he's just like insanely shredded, but then like has like I think under 10% body fat, some shit like 5, 6. I think at one point he was at like 3 in one of his videos I saw, but anyways, looks like the doc at the Renaissance is gonna put him through an arm workout. So looks like starting off with easy bar overhead tricep extensions. Okay, I love a good tricep extension.
Would you think
Overhead
overhead
like that is good for your
easy bar extension? This is a
that
great,
elbow.
amazing tricep exercise. I no longer do it because I have so much trap, I think, that I can't even get into position anymore, which sucks. I used to love this exercise. It was responsible for a huge fraction of my tricep growth. The big cues here are to keep the elbows pointed forward, especially on the way down. There's nothing wrong with putting them out, except it brings a little bit more shoulder into the equation.
Yeah.
If you point them forward, it really just ends up being all triceps. So it's
And
a small
really,
matter,
you
but a
feel
matter
that
that I think
stretch
can
a
make
lot better.
a very solid difference. That's a big
Definitely
cue.
feel
We're
that
gonna be going
stretch.
slow on the way down. You've gotta go deep. People don't wanna go deep on this exercise because it humbles.
Gotta go deep.
Them with how little weight they have to use in the end. It's not about how much weight you use because there's nobody keeping track of that.
Sorry,
Hey,
Ezra.
how much weight are we using? How much weight? Nobody gives a shit. Do
You start
proper
doing like
technique,
Mr.
nice, full, deep pause at the
Uncle
bottom
Roger.
stretch, and a full lockout at the top, then we're making money. We're gonna do 4 sets here, 10 to 20 reps, super high quality. That's the first thing I wanna say. The second thing, why is my hoodie up? Because Toronto, Canada is a high crime area. I don't want to be seen by the wrong gangs, you feel me? Up,
That's not better.
15, elbows in. Slow. Go, go, 16. Now it's time to turn it on. Let's go, elbows in. Good pause here, no rush. Speed, yes, go, 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 go. Rack, hell yes. Hell yes.
Was fun.
Yeah. Technique never broke down a single time. Up, go. You got one more. Let's go. We're here to go hard. Elbows in. Deep. Up, go, 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 go. Yes, back. Oh my God, amazing. 11. Very good.
My rep drop
You
off
can
for
tell.
arms compared to like legs or anything else is so much higher.
They drop off more for
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah.
I think I know why, or I have a hypothesis at least. You have really, really gifted arms, and I think they're probably stronger relative to the rest of your
on.
body, and also bigger, and also more composed, probably of faster twitch muscle fibers. And that tends to mean that because of all of those factors independently and combined, they just don't recover as fast, which is a good thing. If you have muscles that recover instantly, they're probably small and slow twitch and they suck. Like anyone that can just like back to back do the same number of reps, I'm like, nah, you need to get bigger.
You're either training like a pussy or you have a bunch of slow twitch.
Yeah, and then you're, you'll get bigger, but maybe not as much as you would have if you.
yeah.
7. 2 more. Deep. 8. One last one. Elbows in. Deep. Head down. Up. 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 Yes. Oh my God. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, I need
That'll
to start
fucking
doing
do.
a more.
okay, you
more
know in those
direct
last reps when you're
arm
like
day,
shaking
Yes.
away.
You can feel your quads tensing.
or a little bit more.
Why are
arm
my quads
focus.
cramping on a
Right.
tricep?
Oh yeah. I've had my quads fully cramp on an overhead press before. Your body.
That's that. That would be like your posterior chain, but basically, when you're doing any form of exercise, you're basically creating a kinetic chain through your body to force this movement. Bench presses can literally fire up every fiber in your entire body if you do it correctly, all based off of form and technique. So a lot of that stuff, and the reason why he's saying like, yeah, my quads are on fire, because it's his body is fighting the form and fighting the weight, fighting the want to cheat and keep that proper tension on the muscle to get growth like your target is. So it's quite natural for you to, let's say, be doing one workout and then you're also going to feel it in a totally different muscle group that you never would have expected to be impacted.
Just trying to survive. Yes, it was actually very terrifying. All
Especially
right.
when you're fighting
Let's
for that weight to
take
get
it
up.
easy for a sec and then go do dips, yeah?
Let's do it.
Very cool. Now that you don't have triceps anymore.
Ezra, I hope you have a good night, bud. Dad loves you. Doing dips. His body weight's only
Cool.
147.
Go ahead and unrack. Yeah, let's
This dude's only
Find you a
under
box.
150.
Go up
You
high.
lucky bum.
yeah, that way you can just stretch out.
I forget
World's
these guys
strongest
are
man,
also
ready?
really short.
Is that one better? Just a small block?
Oh. Yeah. Overhead tricep extensions are done. 4 sets of somewhere around 10 to 15 reps. And we have that logged in to the RP Hypertrophy app. Excellent. Now it's dips. Typed in our body weight.
I wish I
Kristen's
could
weighing
do
around
dips. I need
150
to work
pounds.
on that. My wrist.
147-ish.
isn't quite
And
ready for dips
these
yet.
dips are
I've
done in a
tried.
special way.
I can do like a couple,
We
but
don't want to come forward too much.
that wrist
We want to
strain is
stay
just a
more
little too
upright
much
and
for
come
me
down.
right now.
It's not ultra comfortable as
get
far
back
as
to it
how much
eventually,
strength you're able to produce,
by little.
but it is ultra uncomfortable for the triceps getting stretched under load, which is exactly what we want. We want a measured
maybe we
descent,
need to get some
full
reps
pause
like
at the
that.
bottom, and a full lockout
Those
at the top.
reps are way bigger
4
than,
sets
like,
of dips.
I don't know if that makes a
Yikes.
difference, but
He can do like
mine are
40
more
dips
simple
normally,
than those.
fresh. Will not be getting sets of 40 because the triceps are super, super pre-exhausted, which is perfect. Let's get into it. Up. 6. More.
Fuck.
Deep as you can. Up. Up.
Yeah,
7.
the shake.
Rack.
Look at that shake.
Oh my God. 7 dips never felt harder in my life. What?
That's awesome. That is awesome.
When you go down,
That tells
and
me
really
two
get
things.
That deep stretch.
1, you worked really hard on the overhead extension. Your triceps are shot. And 2, the technique you're
surrounded.
using here is exactly the kind of technique that leverages the most into your triceps, the least into everything else. And it just makes them a huge limiting factor. Yes. 6 more. Up. 7, 1 more. You got this. Deep. Go. 1 more. Again. All the way
Ain't
down.
no way. Ain't
Up.
no way. Fucking chopper.
Go. Rack. Hell yes. Redemption.
Shit.
Good stuff, man. 5. Couple more here. Deep. 6. I see that nose touching. 1 more. You got this.
I do need to get better about tracking my stuff.
Up. Be athletic. Lock it. Lock it. Whoop.
There you go. Get
Whoop.
on there, bro.
Yes. Hell yes. Holy shit. That was the rep of a century, sir.
Holy shit, it felt like a century.
Fuck. Bicep training time, but before, can I ask you to fill something out really quick?
Let's do it.
Just basically, how did your whole tricep situation feel? If you just answer each question, just kind of wondering what you think about this whole system.
Definitely pushed my limits.
Excellent. That's it. Boom.
You need like a death option.
Like, I died.
Or if you just don't fill it in, they know you died.
Yes, it's like a 30-second timer.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
app's like, it just messages 911. It's like, he's dead.
Free motion curl. Okay.
We want a maximum stretch on the bicep because stretch under load is a big thing for hypertrophy. So what we're gonna do, have you step forward. You can stagger step if you want, whatever is best.
Get those hands behind you as a
Big
starting
chest at the
point.
bottom. You don't wanna be here. This stretches the biceps a lot, and then you arc through and come up to here. You don't have to come up like this, just to here. Okay. Slow and controlled. Big stretch at the bottom and a little pause. Boom. Big stretch and a pause. Boom. Make sense?
That's good.
One. Slow. Big stretch. Finish. And as if another. Slow. Chest up. Rack. Phenomenal. So guys, my rep match, whatever number of reps Tristan gets in his first set, we're gonna write that down into the app. And then all the other sets after, if he falls a little short of it, he just takes a tiny little 5-second, 10-second break and then finishes however many reps he has to. Oh shit, you got a few more. 4. Oh more. Go. 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 Slow. Now don't go anywhere. Just stay right there. Finish. Last one. Up. 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 And as if another. Slow. Big chest. Big chest. Big chest. And rack. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Jesus.
Yeah. That works. That fucking works. 1 set left. 7. 1 more. 1 more. Move. Yes. And then slow. Chest up. Rack. Excellent. Another 4. 1. Great technique. 2. 3. Pause at the bottom.
I think I might try this because I've been
Slow.
doing a lot of pyramid style
Pause.
arm
Rack.
work.
Nice,
where
easy
I
rest.
start off at a
2
decent
when you're ready.
weight, get a higher number of reps, work my way up in weight, and as I go up, I kind of slowly go less and less.
Yes.
And
Now
reps.
slow. Big chest. Big chest. Big chest. Pause. Rack. Ooh. Fuck yeah. Let's go kick them while they're down, yeah?
Let's do it.
Last exercise for today with Mr. Tristan. This is a standing 2-arm dumbbell curl, but it's done very special style. We took the Jared Feather Jerry curl, we modified it to be even more extreme. So here it is. And I'm glad you're here for this. We are going to grab the dumbbells and, well, actually, without dumbbells for now. Typically people curl like this, which is totally fine. What you want to do is pre-stretch the bicep, which means you're going to, the entire time, have your chest up and out. You're actually arching your back and leaning back. And you take the dumbbells all the way back here. You come up high enough that it's a little easier at the top. You pause for just a fraction of a second, and then slow eccentric all the way down. Pause, slow eccentric, just like that. Give it a shot a couple times.
What happens if my arms fall off?
We will get someone to plug them back in and you'll do a few more reps. Go, 11, slow. Up. Go, 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 go. Slow. That's 12, couple more. You got this. Up, 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 up. 13, chest up, chest up, chest up. It's not gonna make it easier, it's gonna make it harder. We want harder. Up, 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 up. Go slow. Chest up, chest up, chest up. Rack, 14. Good shit. Holy crap.
My left bicep is just so I don't know why my left one.
Sometimes one of them just gets after it.
Yeah, I know.
Good stuff, man. Chest up, chest up, chest up, chest up, chest up. Even more, lean back. Yes. 9, chest up, keep it up. Feel the bicep stretching, my man. One more. Big curl. Yes, yes, finish. And then slow. Ooh, rack it for a bit. 4 more left over. Take your time with this. We're on good reps only, good reps only. 3, chest. Yes. Make it quality. Finish. As if another. Slow. Slow. Rack. 1 set left. Beautiful work. Dude, fuck yeah. Tell me you got an arm pump.
I can't feel my arms.
I don't know what that means. 2. Slow. Chest up. Go. Slow, 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 slow. Wrap. Let's finish a fucking great workout. Big chest, everything right. 2 reps to make it right. Yes, slow, extra slow this time. Yes, beautiful. Everything you got, good technique. Move. And then ultra slow. Ultra slow. Fuck yeah. Wrap. Dude.
Oh, fucking hell. Solid. Thank you.
Listen, real talk, I had no idea who the fuck you were as far as like a human being. I knew who you were as a celebrity or whatever.
Celebrity.
Please, please, you're full on celebrity. You're like Sylvester Stallone or some shit.
I mean, that kid's solid though.
We've had a chance to train a couple times over the last few days. Real talk. You're the fucking man.
Thank you.
And
Let's see this push workout.
JK. I was like, damn, he was really doing this. Dude, that was awesome. Yo, what up, folks? Dr. Mike here for Renaissance Periodization. You guys know I have a pretty big channel. I'm sort of important. That thing is like, I wasn't always like that. I had a little tiny channel coming up. We're always trying to give love to the guys coming up in their own little way. And it's my friend Jeff Nippard. He's trying to get a YouTube following going.
I've actually seen his videos before. He puts out some good quality stuff where he's more research based. He actually like goes out and looks at the journals and research and kind of digs into them a little bit more than most people. So I like his content.
And so I brought him on the channel. And if you guys want to give him some love, it's Jeff Nippard. Just YouTube it. He'll come up.
Jesus.
Doesn't have a ton of followers yet. He's a really great guy. Lifetime drug-free lifter. And just a good person, you know?
Squad.
And he trains in Canada, the Great White North.
Natty.
And we chatted about this just before we got started filming, but he would like to introduce this video by singing the Canadian national anthem in its entirety. Jeff, hit it.
You start it off. I'll do the second verse.
Yes, absolutely.
What does it start? What's the first word?
Oh, Canada. And that's good enough. Let's do chest and tricep. Let's go.
Sorry, getting out of here.
Exercise number 1 is going to be the Atlantis incline machine press. You guys have seen it before on our channel. It's just dope. It's awesome. The Atlantis people knocked it out of the park like they do almost everything. We are going to be doing sets of, somewhere between 10 and 15, 8 and 15 repetitions. You're going to look for that slow eccentric control, deep pause with the chest lifted up, and then a nice athletic return to full range of motion.
Let's go.
Let's get to it. Oh, you don't have to do this crap.
You say I do.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Well, I like to make sure folks warm up exactly as they want.
Okay.
God damn it, Jeff. Very well. We'll do the patented Dr. Mike pretend stiff-legged deadlift. And you have to do the T-Rex arms.
How many warm-up sets are we doing?
So I generally like to do about 3.
Okay.
And they're just get incrementally heavier. And then I do first working set.
How many working sets?
Probably 3 or 4.
3 or 4 working sets.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 warm-up sets, 3 or 4 working sets.
Correct.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Again.
You said how much?
Slow.
So 3 or 4 warm-up sets, 3 or 4 working sets.
Correct.
Okay, that sounds
3,
great.
4,
Yeah.
3, 4. Sounds
Yes.
right.
Again. Slow. Control. Hit it. Go. Go, goddamn you. Now slow as if you're gonna do another one. Slow. 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 Pause. Wait. Unload.
Woo. Nice.
Yeah. That was really good, man.
Man.
I tend to find that last rep, if you just dump it, like it's totally cool.
Yeah.
But if you fucking let it go, it's like when your muscles are closest to failure, that last
I love
eccentric and
that.
hold. Oh
No,
my
I love
God.
that.
It's like that X.
Yeah. Let's go, Mike.
Oh.
Wow.
Yahoo.
You're a strong human being.
Good. Slow. These are flawless, dude. Again. Perfect. Big chest. Go, go, go.
I got one more.
That's it. Let's do it. Slow and control. Big pause. Up. Move it, Jeff. Move it, Jeff. And then as if another. Raise your chest. Go slow. Take a solid pause at the bottom. Unload. Fuck, dude. I felt that
good.
shit.
Yeah,
I
that was
chest
good.
grew on that one. That was awesome.
You know what? I just noticed the big chest cue. When I do that, you really feel the stretch,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
I was like, huh. I was like, Mike's doing a powerlifting thing with the get their arch up, you know? I was like, oh, wait a minute.
It's a bodybuilding thing. Yes.
It feels much slower than what I'm used to. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind at all because it'll allow me to train a little bit lighter
Sure.
and protect the old joints a bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if I can punish the muscles, at least pain-wise, even more by going slower and simultaneously reduce injury risk, like, man, I kind of think like we're winning on all sides.
Oh, for sure. And well, with you, I mean, you don't have many more rocks left to unturn with this machine here, right? So,
100%.
you know, you
Something's
have
gotta be
to
a
do
challenge.
something to keep it challenging for you.
I am going to, I was at 240, I hit 8 and then 6. I'm gonna do down sets, which my app has just been updated to do. So whenever you can buy it watching this video, it will do that. Down sets, and I'm gonna go to 180 and hit that for another probably 2 sets. And then that'll be a good start. And then we'll go to do some tricep stuff. Crushing of the skull, perhaps. Oh, Jeff. My word.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Good job.
Holy
wow.
shit.
That's a really good set.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Ой, ой, ой. Ой.
Вчера про живучих тараканов.
Наши.
Наши.
Okay, so I went 1 plate lighter,
Yes.
so I should be able to get something in the range of 11, maybe 12 with this.
Big chest. Great. Keep going. Slow, slow, slow. Yes, one more. Slow and controlled. Big stretch. Up, slow and controlled. One more. Big moves, Jeff. Up, 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 up. JK. I was like, damn, he was really doing this. Dude, that was awesome.
Okay. I really
think
did try.
Everyone
There's
knows
nothing
you
worse
tried.
than really, really, really trying.
Yes.
And then people saying, but you didn't really, 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 really
Right.
try.
Yeah. Like,
Going
thanks,
3 reels.
person on YouTube. Tricep time.
What's up, man? What's going on, bro?
Hello.
What's up, fam? It's good, baby. Good. All right, baby. Good.
That's a big dude right there.
We
Good
can
lord.
learn. We can
You're
learn.
natural.
I don't know if you've seen this before.
Oh, they have a thingy.
does
Oh,
a-
this is so beautiful.
Huh? See, now you gotta come back.
Is Italian, yes.
I have only ever done Smith machine skull crushers once in my life. So I might need some
Smith
guidance on
machine.
these.
Soon it will be twice.
How is the biomechanics
Never.
looking here?
It's looking like biomechanics. Get him, get him in a little bit more at the bottom, so don't let him flare. Yes, there you go. Sorry.
All right.
I'll stop.
I
making
think that's
jokes
good
for a
enough.
sec.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll-
I love the Smith machine skull crusher. I like free weight skull crushers also, but I gotta say this panada, panada. The Smith machine here is like unbelievable, and also it's very generous to strength because it's an unloaded Smith, which means the bar weighs nothing. And gee whiz, I'm gonna be skull crushing a lot, and then it's Jeff's first time doing this movement in a long time, so gonna be working on some technique cues and tips. Let's get after it.
Pretty sure the one at Planet Fitness is unloaded like that. It's like you don't really get a weight from the bar.
Like that is mind-boggling tricep strength.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Minimal.
See, I respect that, man. Like I like it when big guys are also strong.
As opposed to weak.
Well,
Some of the guys, you're like, how the fuck did you get that big
right?
being a fucking bitch?
Yeah. I mean, they're probably strong if they knew how to use their body better, perhaps.
Sure.
But like the potential is there. It's just not realized. But in
Yeah.
your case, it's obviously
Well, I was
realized.
like a mediocre drug-free powerlifter before. So I do know
knew
how
that.
to like
Yeah.
put my body in a decent
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Move it. Go. Yes, 2 more. Slow and controlled. Big moves. Up, up, up. 1 more, Jeff. You got this. Ease it up. Yes. I got it. I got it. Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh, shit, yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm going to do 2 down sets here at 135, and then we'll do 95 for you, okay?
All right. Yep. Sounds good. Squeeze. Very nice. Beautiful set, man. Very nice. I'm trying to decide if I want to, if I want to JM press it almost, or you're really skull crushing it, right? Like
dealer's choice.
Yeah?
So here, fun fact, the JM to skull crusher is a spectrum. It's not one lift or another.
Okay, fair.
It's close grip, JM, skull crusher to the face, skull crusher behind the neck.
All right.
It's all a spectrum.
Okay.
There's no wrong answers. It's just whatever has your joints feeling okay, and you have a real good connection with your triceps.
Okay, I'll tell you what I feel. I feel like I have a good connection with my tricep, but I feel a tendon stretch in a way. It doesn't hurt, but I'm just saying.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay.
2 more.
No more.
Elbows in.
I got more.
Good. Way to control it. Awesome.
Come on.
One more, Jeff. Slow. Up. Move. I'm not helping you.
I got more, Mike.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Elbows in. Yes. Big push. Go. 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 Good.
Very good. Come on, Mike. Come on. Let's push it. Let's go there. Come on. Control. Nice. Very nice.
Come on. Go. Yes. It's going to resist you. You're going to win. Move, Jeff.
I got one more, okay?
Yes, hell yes. Slow. Move it. Move it.
Okay, one more.
Yeah. Slow. Up. Go. I'm not helping.
Okay.
Easy. Too easy. Dude, my man.
No shot I'm getting in the middle of these 2 guys. No shot.
I'll care what I'll get as small as possible too. This is the most multicultural I've ever seen.
Look at this.
I can't be seen around this many races.
Inclusivity for the YouTube.
Jeff, one last one.
They did my last one.
No, set. Another exercise.
Another last one?
Another exercise.
Okay, yes.
Which is technically worse news because it's another whole exercise.
Volume.
Yeah,
Yes.
for real.
Yes. Last exercise of the day, the Prime chest press. It's adjustable, as all Prime machines are, to various biases of loading, from the deep stretch all the way to the contraction.
What one are you going to go with, I wonder?
Well, we are scientifically literate people, so we are going to go with a deep stretch bias here, and we're going to take a closer grip to kind of do both chest and triceps, because we did chest first, then triceps. Now it's a bit of both. This Prime press, I've actually never used it before. It's my first time. It's like sex is being had with my chest and triceps, totally not against my will, and it's amazing, and I love it, and I think I'm in love. Like, if I woke up next to the Prime machine the next day, and it was like, looking at me, I would look back into its eyes and be like, I think this is a thing. Power couple. So this is fucking sweet. And we're going to do sets of probably 10 to 15, 15 to 20 reps, something like that. Nice little burn. You ready? Go.
Cut off here in a minute because I really do feel
Slow.
like I got a bad headache right now.
Oh, come on.
Go.
No.
Good. Let's wait for the next set, yeah?
Yeah. Man, just with those pauses, it makes
Different
it
game.
so much harder, yeah.
Jeff, I got to say your triceps are unbelievably impressive.
Oh, thank you.
I kind of don't know what to do with myself when I'm around them.
Seven. Let's go, Mike. Let's push it. Come on. Let's go. Come on. I'm with you if you want another one. Yeah, I know. I feel that. It's because of the stretch
Yes.
thing.
Yes, bias at the bottom. Okay,
Oh, okay. Give me 2 seconds.
let's do it. Whatever you need. Whatever you need.
The way they're pushing is also like, yeah, like almost
These are
like a
beautiful.
tricep extension as well.
2
Damn,
more.
that's quite a
Elbows
set.
in. Go. Go. 1 more.
Yeah, no, that's good right there.
Up. Oh shit, yeah.
I'm gonna do one more,
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. All day, come to me. Push. Push. Push.
Man.
And then as if another slow. Chest up. Big pause. All the way down and pause. Big stretch. That's it.
That was a good set. Come on, Mike.
1 more.
Let me help you get this one. Oh, darn. Control, control, pause. Good.
Hey.
Very nice.
Oh, thank you, Jeff.
Very,
oh,
very
my
nice.
God. Hi. My bake.
I think we should do one more fun, something fun.
Fun me up. Yeah, vive la France.
So I personally think this will be a nice finisher for the triceps. We're really overhead, whereas with the skull crusher, we were still a little bit more of a neutral position. So, have you ever used this before, Mike?
Oh, machines like it, but not this
Not
one.
this exact one. Well, it has a,
My favorite. He knows what I like.
and then it's just an overhead extension, but it's quite smooth. So we can do maybe one set here. Like
Perfect.
just yeah,
Great.
Yeah, just one set. Pretty hard, but
Yeah.
okay.
Ooh, looking good. There you go. Want me to help?
Nope. Okay, maybe help. Yes. All right, I'm done. That got like really hard, really quick, actually.
Yeah. When I get hard, it's never quick. Or at all.
Ooh, my left eye's really starting to bug me.
Good
It's
stuff.
like a sighting sign.
1 more.
Yeah.
So,
Good. Ooh, buddy.
Oh shit, that hits.
Do you like it?
That was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, very good. I'm like a little bit too much stuff going on back there
I
for me to
noticed
do this
that.
anymore. Yeah, I don't do overhead extensions anymore. Jeff,
it's about to
huge
finish.
pleasure, huge honor. What did you think about the workout?
It's awesome.
Folks,
a nice
Dr. Mike
workout.
Israel here for Renaissance Periodization, and today I want to switch gears and talk about eternal salvation. To get the most out of this discussion, just have to remember 2 things, or 1 really, that this is talking about working sets that are hard sets, close to failure, which means for sets of under 10 reps, we're talking about an RPEs, rating of perceived exertion, of 7 or above. And for sets of usually 5 reps and above, especially 10 reps and above, RIRs, reps in reserve, how many reps you have until you go to failure, of at most 3. So like 3, 2, 1, or 0, right? So these are all hard sets. If we're doing them, we manage the load. The heavier loads get us into the lower rep ranges. The lighter loads get us into the higher rep ranges. Let's figure out what all these rep ranges are more ideally suited to, decent at, and then maybe not so great at. You guys can use this information to build your own training programs, modify your programs, so that you know what you want out of a program. You can arrange the training rep ranges in such a way that you get more of what you want and less of what you don't want. So here's the deal. Sets of 1 to 3 repetitions. They are great to develop specific peaking strength to show off your maximum force production, your 1RM. Training with heavy sets of 1 to 3 is the best thing for, in the short term, really developing your 1 repetition max to show it off. It's not to say we build strength really well with these, which we do, and we'll get to that in a sec, but it's really sort of the last maybe 4 to 8 weeks of a program, if you do a lot of singles, doubles, and triples, you really get good at showing off your 1 rep max or going super, super heavy, right? Because there's a specificity there, when you have ultra heavy loads, it's a very specific condition, and sets of 1 to 3 reps let you practice in that specific condition. For example, if you walk out a set of like 6 on the squat, like that's heavy, like a hard set of 6, RP 9 or something, that's heavy as shit. But even with the setup, you can set up like 90% well, like not really retracting your shit, not really pushing your elbows down, and you can still like sort of hack it out, grind it out, because it's not that heavy. Sets of 1 to 3 heavy, your setup has to be almost ideal. Otherwise, if you try to lift it out of the rack, you're like, something's wrong, right? So it teaches you, and your walk back, like with sets of 6, you can take 2 steps back and then adjust your feet and you're okay. With sets of 1 to 3, you might only have 2 total steps until you start pissing your pants. So you might want to really practice your walkout. Okay, I'm going to put my foot back. Okay, just here, and then put my foot back there. Okay, I know I'm going. My knees are out. I'm staring up. You also learn not to waste a lot of time under the bar, because as soon as that heavy load is on you, it changes things. Because the load is so much greater than your body weight if you're really strong, or just a higher percent of your body weight, no matter how strong you are, your center of gravity is a little bit different with a 1 to 3 RM load than it is with like a 6 RM load or something like that. So it changes things. There's no shortage of benefit for practicing that, and there's no way you can get that maximum performance at ultra heavy weights without having really, really experienced it. Just like, you can train at a variety of martial arts and do a lot of jiu-jitsu and boxing drills and stuff like that, but if you're training for an MMA fight, at some point in training, you have to be hit in the face with a person who wants to hurt you, because if your first exposure is in that ring, holy shit, all your plans are going to be like, oh my God, what's going on? But if you've been there before, you can really develop at least a psychological utility to be like, okay, I know where I am. I'm not going to freak out. So really, really big thing here. It's such a big benefit that it's nearly mandatory for any kind of like really decent attempt at doing well in powerlifting and weightlifting. Like if you're a weightlifter or powerlifter and you want to do a competition to really show off how strong you really are, if you never do singles, doubles, and triples, sets of 1 to 3, you're not really doing your best to show off, right? It would be a really bad deal. Now, that's what they're ideal for. Sets of 1 to 3 are okay for general strength gains. So you can do them kind of all the time. You can. And they make you generally stronger, like your strength builds over time.
Like
However, it doesn't maximize your strength for one simple reason. It's such low repetitions per set that the stimulus to the muscle is relatively low, that get stronger signal isn't that high, because you're just not under the bar for very long. The force transduction is amazing, but it like turns on for a bit and then turns off. And your muscles are like, yeah, I guess we got kind of a message to get stronger, but it wasn't that big of a message. And you can say, well, why don't we just do more of those sets, like 10 sets of 2 or something? You can, but while the stimulus is decent but not amazing for strength enhancement, the fatigue is really high because crushingly heavy loads, especially the psychology needed to get under them, like you got to rev up a little bit to do heavy doubles. That makes the fatigue really high. So if you take, one set causes this much fatigue, if you start layering on 4, 5, 6 sets, the needed volume to maximize strength adaptations, your fatigue is going to be crazy, crazy high, and thus not the optimal way to do things. So if you want the best basic strength, which we'll get to in just a bit, maybe sets of like 3 to 6 are a little bit better than 1 to 3 because of the really high fatigue component per volume of the sets of 1 to 3. So it's a fine way to get stronger, but it's almost like if you're really hungry, it's like eating like breakfast cereal with like this teeny tiny little spoon where you got one Cheerio on the spoon at a time. Like at some point you're like, can I just fucking get a bigger spoon because I'm really hungry, I don't want a lot of Cheerios? Same idea with doing singles and doubles and triples for enough volume for strength training. It's like, can't I just do a set of 6 here and it's still really heavy and it'll be good for me? And that's absolutely correct. Now, sets of 1 to 3 are great for peaking. They're decent for general strength. They're not ideal for hypertrophy because that whole volume stimulus to fatigue ratio problem multiplies many-fold. If you had to get your hypertrophy volume from sets of 1 to 3, holy shit, you might do like 8, I don't even know, man. You might realistically do like 15 to 20 sets of heavy doubles to get enough volume to get your quads to grow as well as they would from like 6 to 8 sets of 10-ish reps, right? Have you ever done a workout of 20 doubles? Like actual heavy, hard trying doubles? That's nuts. Your fatigue, I don't know if a lot of people can finish a workout like that at actual heavy loads. At some point, it's just never walk untenable for hypertrophy at its best. Now, will you still muscle? You're probably not time co-time 20
Spent a lot of time on this 1 to 3.
of the muscle are really, we take weight off the bar, things become lighter. Now we can do hard sets of 3 to 6 repetitions. All right, there's some overlap there, no big deal. Best use of 3 to 6 reps is developing what's called basic strength, the underlying ability of the muscle to produce force. If we want to show off that ability a ton, we have to put the icing on the cake and do sets of 1 to 3 for at least a few weeks. But to get that cake bigger, to get that ability to lift heavyweight higher, we need some combination of decent volume and decent load. And sets of 3 to 6 reps get all of that for us, which is really awesome. They let you train heavy, but with enough volume to drive maximum adaptations. And the fatigue isn't crazy excessive. It's an awesome balance, and thus it drives strength the most. Now, it's okay for peaking strength. So if you want to do a powerlifting meet, but you don't want to peak for it, but you still want to kind of show off a little bit, it's totally fine. If you do heavy triples and heavy sets of 4 and 5, you're not going to be like a complete alien on a powerlifting platform or weightlifting platform. You'll do okay. Not your best if you had done singles and doubles, but you'll do just fine. It's not heavy enough to really get you clued into that ultimate heavy loads that you're going to be lifting in competition. Now, sets of 3 to 6 reps are also much better for hypertrophy than sets of 1 to 3. So they're actually okay for hypertrophy. You'll build lots of muscle size this way, especially if you're a beginner, you're not a hard gainer, so on and so forth. But remember, hypertrophy, one of the biggest drivers is training volume, and getting enough volume with sets of 3 to 6, because the stimulus to fatigue ratio isn't that great, it's better than sets of 1 to 3, but not amazing, you end up having the situation where if you want to get to the requisite volumes with sets of 3 to 6, you're just going to be much more beat up on the tail end. There's a great study from maybe 5 years ago by Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, where they compared like 3 sets of 10 with, I think, 7 sets of 3. And they showed that both people got the same amount of hypertrophy. Notice, same amount of hypertrophy, but they had to do 7 sets of 3 to match 3 sets of 10. And then when they interviewed both groups at various times, the 3x10 group and the 7x3 group, they all pretty much said the same thing, which was like the 3x10 group was usually like, yeah, this is easy. I could like do, you guys want me to do more sets? And they're like, no, stop. It's just 3. And they're like, all right, I feel fine. They were recovering super fast. And then the 7x3 group, the heavy training group, who tried to do hypertrophy training in the 3 to 6 range, they were like, please, for the love of God, get me out of here. I can't do this anymore. I'm so messed up, so tired. My joints are messed up. Everything's dying. I can't do this anymore. So they were ultra fatigued, not the best, most sustainable way to do it, right? Now, that's what the sets of 3 to 6 are okay for hypertrophy and okay for strength, right? Or sorry, okay for peaking strength and okay for hypertrophy. What are they not great for? Well, if you want to maximize either peaking strength or hypertrophy, these are not ideal for, okay, sets of 3 to 6, because there's a difference just in your mind about maximization versus things that work, right? Sometimes you want sort of the very best and the very best effort, and just things that work aren't good enough anymore. Like if you're training Usain Bolt to win the Olympics in sprinting, you're not going to be like, yeah, like do some kind of sprint program, it'd be fine. You have great genetics. So excellent peaking strength. We're going to be like, that's stupid. Is that that's of 5 to 10 repetitions. So that's our next repetition range. Its best uses is that it develops hypertrophy really well. General muscle growth, great. Like if you're saying you want to grow muscle and you show me your program and you're doing sets of 5 to 10, I'm never going to be like, that's stupid. Like that's awesome, right on. And it's especially the case with large amplitude movements that take a lot of time to execute, like a squat versus like a calf raise, in which 1 rep happens in like a fraction of a second, right? And there's not enough time spent stimulating tension. If you guys are interested in that topic, we have an older video, one of our really good ones, of when I address time under tension. So just type in Israel time under tension, and you'll get a great video describing the amplitude stuff going on. Basically, large amplitude movements in which the bar takes a long time to move. Sets of 5 to 10 reps are great and nearly ideal for hypertrophy, and probably for faster twitch fibers. Now, the current state of the literature as I record this, it's not very convincing that fiber type hypertrophy is a thing. There are some hints that maybe it's a thing, especially in extreme cases, especially for advanced individuals. So it's not very clear that super heavy lifting for sure prioritizes the faster twitch fibers, and the super light lifting for sure prioritizes the slower twitch fibers. It could be a little bit more complex than that, maybe just not clear. We're going to operate under that general assumption for the rest of this lecture. But in your mind, I would heavily caveat it as being like, this rep range stuff for fiber types specifically might not pan out all that great. So keep a skeptical eye, of course, everything I say and everything anyone else says, but especially to this right now. So it has been reported that, like, faster twitch individuals, former sprinters, things like that, really explosive people, they get a lot of hypertrophy benefit. And that's occurred in my coaching of many people as well. I've coached tons of athletes before. They generally, explosive, fast twitch dominant athletes really respond well to hypertrophy in the 5 to 10 rep range. If you start pushing sets of 15 and 20 on them, a lot of times that kind of jack shit happens. You just kind of get tired. So at least from my personal experience, whatever dog shit that's worth, maybe give that some thought, right? Sets of 5 to 10 reps are great for general hypertrophy, especially potentially faster twitch muscle fibers, and they're also really awesome for letting you develop your technique. Why? Sets of 5 to 10 reps aren't so heavy that they crush you and you can't do the technique. Like, you don't teach someone how to squat with singles, the heavy singles, because they just have one rep to practice and then they fuck it up. Like, oh, sorry, you're done. They will fuck it up because it's so heavy. They like freak out, right? So sets of 5 to 10, not so heavy that people freak out. They can maintain good technique. And at the same time, it's not enough reps to degrade technique. Because if you try to teach technique with sets of like 20, then by set number or by rep number 12 or 15, the people are just trying to get through it and their technique goes to hell because the burn is happening, they get tired, they get bored. Sets of 5 to 10 are that awesome kind of middle range where it's just enough repetition practice to get them a really good training, and it's not so much repetition, and it's just enough load to get them to feel the load, but not so much load that it crushes their technique, and it doesn't tire them out, so it doesn't degrade their technique. So a lot of times when you teach technique to beginners, it'll be in sets of 5 to 10, which is really, really awesome. Now, what is it okay for? Training sets of 5 to 10. It's ideal for basically general hypertrophy, especially faster twitch. It's ideal for teaching technique. It's okay for basic strength. Like if you train sets of 5 to 10, especially sets of 5, 6, and 7, you will get stronger. Unless you're already an advanced powerlifter, that might not happen. But for almost all the rest of us, bodybuilders included, sets of 5 to 10 generally increase your strength considerably. For example, if you were benching 200 pounds for sets of 8, and then months later you're benching 230 pounds for sets of 8, and someone asks you like, hey, do you think your 1 rep max improved? Yeah, it fucking improved, right? Or if it didn't improve right away, just a couple of weeks of training with lower reps will get your max will shoot up because underlying wise, you build a ton of muscle and a ton of actually neurological strength as well. Not ideal if you want to be the strongest person ever. There's times for sets of 5 to 10 for hypertrophy, but when you want to get basic stronger, sets of 3 to 6 are king. However, if you train in that 5 to 10 rep range, it's not all lost and you will continue to make probably some strength improvements or at least not lose a whole lot of strength. What are sets of 5 to 10 not ideal for remotely? Peaking strength, for the love of God. If you like load your perceived 1 rep max at a competition, someone's like, what'd you hit in your last week of peak training? You're like, I don't know, like 90 pounds less than this for a set of 6. They're like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're like, yeah, I'm an idiot, right? You go under there, technique changes, you get folded over, who the fuck knows? Great way to get injured too. Secondly, if you're trying to get hypertrophy, but you're doing especially isolation movements that have a low amplitude, for the isolation movement, sometimes it's just injurious and kind of a little bit risky. Like if you're doing sets of 5 to 10 in lateral raises, for some people, their shoulders just don't handle that shit at all because it's just one isolation movement. Sets of like 6 in the tricep push down, that's kind of a little weird. Some people report elbow issues that aren't ideal from that. Whereas if you do like sets of 6 on a close grip bench, it's compound, the weight can shift from various joint to joint and it's not a problem. And a lot of times low amplitude moves. So one of the factors of hypertrophy is volume. And volume isn't, yes, it's measured as sets times reps times weight times distance, but that distance is a big difference between squats, for how much distance your quads have to move the weight over, versus calf raises in which each one's like, so if you guys ever tried doing calf raises for like sets of like 8, the set is over in like 10 seconds. You don't have a pump, you don't have any hardly tension perception, you don't have any kind of fatigue. You're like, I don't know, that was kind of like, it felt like a set of 1 to 3 that I would do for my quads. And hilariously, it takes like roughly the same amount of time. So the amount of time your muscles are actually producing tension in calf raises for sets of 8 is about the same time as they would in a squat for like a double, right? And then at that point, it's like, well, doubles aren't ideal for hypertrophy. Why the hell would sets of 8 for calves be? And the reality is usually they're not, right? Forearm curls, a little humor there for you. Insert your favorite masturbation joke. Shrugs, okay? Really low amplitude movement. Like, how long does it take you to do 10 shrugs? Like 5 seconds or something. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. You're done. And even if it's really good technique and paused and stuff, it just doesn't take long. And then of course, calf raises are the other big one. For those, higher rep ranges are probably more ideal for hypertrophy in most cases, especially for advanced individuals. Otherwise, you have to do a shitload of sets for them, which is annoying in its own right? Lastly, folks for whom joints are a limiting factor in the real world may bias a little bit away from sets of 5 to 10 in their hypertrophy pursuit. This includes ultra strong bodybuilders many times. So for example, you'll see a bodybuilder squatting and they'll do sets of 10 to 12 and it'll be like after leg press or hack squat. And you'll be like, dude, why don't you do like sets of 5 in the squat? Like, yeah, that would mean I have to squat like 730 for 5 with a lot of pro bodybuilders. That's how strong they are. Like last time I did that, I almost herniated a disc and I pulled my quad. And for me, like I'm so big and strong that low reps just don't have a good trade-off anymore. The disc is too high. My joints are too fucked up. I'm training for 20 years. That just joints don't take it like they used to. And also I'm too strong, etc. And that's really a thing. So sometimes you'll see like why are bodybuilders, when people always say like, starting strength got me really jacked when I was younger to an intermediate level, sets of 5. And that was great. Why all the pro bodybuilders training? Because you guys have seen all the videos, a lot of those guys train with like 15, 20, 25 reps per set. And you're like, why? Well, one of the reasons is that like they would love to go heavier. It's just not tenable for them anymore. The risk and reward just isn't there. So there's something for you guys to consider as well. All right. Next up, sets of 10 to 20 reps. In my view, on average, huge blanket statement, which doesn't apply to a bunch of people because there's tons of exceptions. It's probably the best hypertrophy range, right? It accommodates nearly all movement types, isolations, compounds, machines, barbells, low amplitude, high amplitude, etc. It stimulates all of the pathways of hypertrophy really well. Metabolites, the pump, tension, even if damage is one of them, it does that shit too. It hits all the boxes really, really well for almost every muscle. For hypertrophy, it's almost never the wrong answer. And it's a big range. 10 to 20 is a big range. So for your heavier-ish preferring muscles, sets of 10 to 12. For your lighter-ish preferring muscles, sets of 18 to 20 or something like that. And then everything else in between is a really, really good general solution for that problem. And it's really good, especially for high-volume hypertrophy training, because the stimulus to fatigue ratio is really awesome. Sets of 10 to 20 are just heavy enough to really get you to grow and put some great tension through, but not so heavy that it really starts to impinge on your joints a whole lot. So on average, the stimulus to fatigue ratio is really, really good on average. There's tons of exceptions, but it's almost never like the wrongest answer. Now, if there's a chance that those hypertrophy training of various loads and rep ranges targets different fiber types, or perhaps different pathways like the metabolite pathway and the pump pathway and the tension pathway, and then if you just do sets of 10 to 20 all the time, it's okay for targeting perhaps the faster twitch fibers and the tension-mediated pathways, and it's okay for targeting the slower twitch fibers and perhaps the metabolite pathways and stuff, but it's not like the thing that does either one of those best. Like if you really need high tension, you do sets of 5 to 10. If you really want to drive a crazy amount of metabolites, you do sets of 20 to 30. 10 to 20 is a great middle ground, but that means it just does both of them okay. The thing is, you probably grow a lot from both, and if you have something that does both okay, it does the best general job. Plain and simple, right? Like if you love pizza and hate birthday cake, just go to a pizza place. If you just hate pizza and love birthday cake, go to one of those cake places. But if you like pizza and birthday cake about the same, you usually like to eat pizza and then birthday cake, go to a random person's birthday party. Usually wearing a trench coat's a good idea. Cover your sunglasses, fake mustache hat generally tends to work well. My parole officer says these jokes are not funny. Stop making them. But who cares what he says? In any case, like, look, if you want sort of the best of both worlds, if you want to get the best meal ever, like on average, and not everyone likes dessert, not everyone likes the main course, but generally you want both, right? And both together make the meal awesome. So there are times and places where you do want to do sets of 5 to 10, and really 10 to 20 is not the greatest answer. Sometimes there are places where you want to do sets of 20 to 30, and we'll get to that in just a bit. But on average, 10 to 20 is just tough to argue against as like a baseline way to approach training, especially when you're intermediate and advanced. Now, what is it not great for? Tons of stuff. Strength development. Okay, people ask me on Instagram all the time. They're like, "See you doing sets of 15. Like, does that make you a lot stronger?" I'm like, not really. I mean, like, it makes my muscles bigger, and if I wanted to train my nervous system and technique, make those muscles stronger, I could, but then I would have to do other reps. So it's not the best thing for making them stronger. Sure as hell don't see powerlifters doing this hardly ever, and it's not by accident. Folks that have underdeveloped technique shouldn't be doing lots of sets of 10 to 20 reps because it's so fatiguing and so high duration, their technique starts to break down. Okay, when you do a set of 15, you just so look like the rep.
These are a lot of
pathways. Continue developing hypertrophy while providing low joint stress. So for example, if your elbows have just had it with heavy training, you can probably still get really awesome, really good stimulative training by doing sets of 20 to 30 reps, and it really takes so much pressure off your joints. Yeah, you kind of feel like a little bitch lifting super light, but the burn is crazy. You're getting great responses, and you can back away from your joints. Maybe for a couple of months, you come back to heavy and your joints have healed, so it's really awesome. Because a lot of people tend to think, like, man, I can't train triceps anymore because my elbows are beating me up. And you're like, what is your idea of training triceps? Like heavy sets 8, skull crushers, behind the neck extension. You're like, all right, try sets of 25-ish of, push downs or something, and you do it, and like, your elbows hurt. Like, no, it feels great, but I feel like a little bitch for lifting this little weight. Like, well, cool news. You still get a great hypertrophy response to do this for a few weeks, a few months, and then your elbows will feel 100% fine. You can start going back into the heavier stuff if that's your preference. That point is extra exclamation mark when you're coming back from injury. Let's say you tore your quad. Maybe it wasn't even a big tear, just a little one. After 4 weeks, your doctor clears you to go start lifting again. Start at 20, 30 reps. Do not start at 5 to 10. You will just re-tear the thing with a high probability. Start at 20, 30 reps because the forces are so low. The growth comes not a ton from tension as much, but more from the metabolites and the pump effect. You can maximize those growth pathways for a short time, several weeks or several months. Then when you're feeling super good, you don't feel that injury site at all.
I think I got some good information tonight. Thank you, Dr. Mike. We appreciate your information in the lifting world. I'm definitely going to be reevaluating my rep ranges after this one.